A new project taking place between the University of Wollongong and the Australian National University could revolutionise the way in which Australians communicate with the rest of the world. The Australian Spanish Pronunciation Project deals with the transferences that speakers of Australian English carry over to Spanish.
When things come up in the lesson, we just stop the lesson for a few minutes. It's like, okay guys, think about how you say this with your Australian accent.
One of the researchers behind the project is Dr. Alfredo Herrero de Alfie. Alfie is an associate lecturer in Spanish at the University of Wollongong. His own area of expertise lies in phonetics and phonology.
We've gathered a lot of samples of Australian people speaking Spanish, and we already have an idea of what problems they have, what issues they've got with certain sounds.
The project sees Australian students of Spanish record their voices into software for analysis.
¿Dónde estarán mis llaves?
The results are then plotted on a graph to visually represent their pronunciation of specific sounds.
You can show to students, look, say this, and let's put it on the projector, and students can see, well, this is where you pronounce, this is in which part of the mouth you pronounce the letter T or D or whatever, and this is where a Spanish person would pronounce it.
I think my understanding of it would be pretty good for basic conversation and stuff. I can't really speak it very well.
Whilst reading these graphs takes some degree of training, Alfie believes he can use the data that the project collects to develop exercises that can be taught at any level across the country.
Once we know exactly what the issues are, we'll start developing the second phase, working on the second phase of the project, which will be more on how to make sure that students improve the pronunciation of those sounds.
One of the many roadblocks facing Australians trying to learn a foreign language is our thick and heavy accent.
G'day, mate.
Whilst often the source of our international charm, our accent can often hinder the way in which we communicate in other languages, completely changing the meaning of certain sentences or words.
Quiero aprender a hablar español.
Oral mimicry is currently the standard practice for learning foreign phonetics.
Quiero aprender a hablar español.
Whilst there is currently no deadline, the Australian Spanish Pronunciation Project aims to see a visual phonetic component added to mainstream Spanish curriculum.
And the second stage would be to produce a series of articles and resources for Australian students to use in the classroom.
A specialised phonetic Spanish class will be offered at the University of Wollongong from spring session 2015. Who knows, maybe a few hours a week studying vowel plots will enable everyone to communicate as clearly as Dr. Alfredo Herrero de Arro. McDonald Crowley, UOW TV Multimedia.